Welcome to DIYEasyCrafts.com. Today we're going to take a look at a propane forge manufactured by Devil Forge. Now this is their 3-burner single door forge. Very powerful, good for a variety of forging, metalworking, blacksmithing, and certainly knife making projects. We're going to look not only at the setup of the forge, but also just how well it works. So from the manufacturer, you basically receive everything that you need. You have the forge body, the burner assembly, the door is already attached on the back, the forge body is insulated. On the burner assembly, there are 2 valves. And there's also an import. That's where the gas will come into the burner assembly. So if you turn off the first valve, you're only going to have that first burner on. If you open the first valve and close the second, you'll have the first 2 burners on. And if you open both valves, you'll have all 3 burners on. There's also a choke located at the very top of each burner. You adjust this in order to get that nice blue flame that you're looking for inside of the forge. Whenever you turn off a burner, in this case I turned off that first valve, so the second 2 burners are off, you also want to make sure you close the choke. This way you don't get any additional flames running up through that tube. In the same box you're going to get a regulator. That regulator will come with fittings and with a hose that runs from the regulator to the forge itself, or to the burner assembly. So assembly is very, very easy. On the triple burner forge, the burner assembly just sits in the tubes as far as it will go. It will rest on that crossbar. And then you just tighten up the 3 bolts associated with each tube with a wrench. The regulator assembly is also pretty simple. It comes with a nipple. This is a left-handed thread. It can only go on one way. There's only one place you can put the nipple. And you want to secure that also with a wrench. The only tools you really need for this are an adjustable wrench and a regular screwdriver. This is the adapter that will get screwed into a standard propane tank that will allow the regulator to mount to that. So we're going to put a hose clamp on the hose, and then we're going to push that nipple as far down as possible and then secure that hose clamp with a screwdriver. Now, this is gas, propane. You really want to get a nice tight seal on this. I don't just rely on the screwdriver. I always like to snug up that nut on the hose clamp with the same adjustable wrench. I think the whole assembly on this forge you can probably do in under 5 minutes. So that's the regulator assembly. Now I'm going to take the other side of that hose and attach it to the burner assembly. I'm going to push that hose all the way down, and I'm going to secure it the exact same way with a hose clamp. You want to make sure that this hose is positioned so that it is not in front of either end of the forge. There will be a dragon's breath or flames coming out both sides of this forge when it's operational. So you want the hose to be angled so that it comes off on the side. And again, tighten that one up with a wrench as well. Fire bricks come pre-cut for the forge. You can just slide them in from either side, line them up on the bottom. That acts as the floor of the forge. All Devil forges now come with rigidizer, and I'll cover painting that onto the insulation on a separate video. But you definitely want to mix and paint on the rigidizer onto all of the exposed insulation before you use the forge. That really encapsulates the insulation and prevents any airborne contaminants or hazards. This particular forge has a back door, so the back door can be closed to keep in the heat, or it can be opened up for long objects. It also comes with a handle that's just screwed into place and secured with a little wing nut. it also comes with some additional insulation that gets packed around each one of the burners right into that burner tube, and I just pack it in with a flathead screwdriver. You put the adapter into a standard propane tank, left-hand thread, secure it with a wrench, and then I'm going to attach the regulator. Again, left-hand thread. It's a good idea to have a spray bottle with some water and soap and just test all of these fittings once you get it assembled. Once the regulator is in place, I can crank open the propane and I can adjust the pressure or the volume of gas coming into the forge right on the regulator. On this forge, we usually run it right in the 1 range, 1.5 range. So right now, I've got that front valve closed. So I'm going to test it just utilizing that very front burner. I'm going to turn the gas on, and I'm going to use a barbecue lighter to light it from the side. You can't see very well in daylight, but there is a dragon's breath coming out the ends of this forge, and I'll demonstrate this. So there's a flame that comes out probably at least 6 inches from either side. So it's definitely something that you want to use welder's gloves, heat-resistant gloves, as well as a long-handled tongs. A visual demonstration of the dragon's breath. So this particular forge is actually my friend Jason Northgard's. He picked it up for his metalworking shop. He says it's perfect for doing some of the smaller jobs. Heats up the material very quickly, very evenly. He's done quite a bit of forging, forming, and shaping of different metals with it. And the versatility of having the 3-burner forge allows him to do not just short items, but also some longer items. Now, in addition to his standard metalworking projects, Jason is also a knife maker. So this particular forge is really, really nice for working on larger and medium-sized blades. Not only heating them up for the forging process in order to shape or profile those blades, but also for heat treating. If you want any additional information, by all means contact Devil Forge on their website, www.devil-forge.com. I hope you've enjoyed this video. If you did, I ask that you please give it a thumbs up and subscribe to this YouTube channel. By all means, join us on our Facebook group, Knives and Knife Making, and check out our website, DIYEasyCrafts.com, for an assortment of how-to knife making videos. Thank you very much.